What's going on, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel Casper's Kicks once again. Appreciate y'all for stopping in and checking out the channel. Hope y'all had a great weekend. It was a crazy weekend to say the least, and that is actually what I am talking about in this video. So yesterday was March 5th, which was the release day of these bad boys right here, the Jordan 6 UNC. And like I said, this release was absolutely crazy. So that is what I want to talk about in this video. So to start, there were several different factors leading into the release and stuff that happened on release day that were just kind of all over the place. So we're going to start with sneakers because that is what happened earliest, and then we'll go from there. So if you're not familiar or weren't paying attention, sneakers did a shock drop on the university or the UNC 6s, and I believe it was last week. I want to say like the week before the actual drop. And they ended up dropping 70,000 pairs of the UNC 6, and they were all men's pairs. You couldn't order GS sizes or preschool or toddler sizes. It was just men's pairs. So they dropped 70,000 men's pairs, which of course for a shock drop is a ton, because normally you see, I believe it's like sometimes 20,000 pairs or 30,000 pairs, something around that number of what they usually release for a shock drop, but they ended up doing 70,000 pairs. So as the days progress further into this week, or I guess since it's tomorrow, last week or the week of the release, people were starting to wonder where the UNCs weren't loaded on sneakers. So there was you weren't able to do the notify me button or anything like that. So people were wondering, are they actually still dropping the UNC 6s? Now, leading up until I believe it was Wednesday, they did a heating up on sneakers, which if you're not familiar with that, it's two guys, Will and Lucian, I believe his name is, and they basically just talk about upcoming sneaker releases and just different things going on in the sneaker world. And I thought when he said it, I was like, maybe he misspoke and just kind of said it wrong, but got to release day and it was true. But he said that, well, he brought out the UNC 6 and he was like, oh, people in the US, I can't give y'all a notify button because they already sold out. And when he said that, just Twitter and Instagram went crazy. Like, people were like, they sold out of the UNC 6s, like, what's going on? So come to find out, that was actually true. Sneakers did not drop the UNC 6s on yesterday, March 5th. There were no men's pairs, no grade school pairs, no toddler or preschool pairs, which was crazy. Like, even hearing that they sold out of the men's pairs, I thought they would still drop the GS sizes along with the toddler and preschools, but there was literally nothing on sneakers at all. So it was very interesting and weird. So I don't know if someone mistakenly dropped the whole stock for sneakers or what happened. I'm assuming at some point we'll still get the grade school sizes and the toddler and preschool sizes on sneakers. I just don't know when, but that whole thing, it was just really weird. Like, not to mention when the shock drop happened, like, I found out about the shock drop like 2 minutes before the shock drop. So it was like a true shock drop. Nobody really knew ahead of time that it was coming, or very few people knew ahead of time that it was coming. And then, of course, like I said, it was 70,000 pairs. So the whole sneakers thing in general was just very weird. I know a lot of people were thrown off. Like, a couple people on release day were like, where are the UNCs on sneakers? And some people just didn't even know that they weren't releasing anything on sneakers on release day. So like I said, that whole situation in itself was just weird. And then continuing on with sneakers, they actually did a sneakers pass on Friday, the day before the release, and the locations for it, let me get the locations real quick. So the locations for the sneaker pass was Las Vegas, San Francisco, The Grove, Santa Monica, North Park, Chicago, Atlanta, Miami, Soho, and New York City. So those were the locations that were set to get sneaker passes in on sneakers for the UNC 6s. Now, I have family in Atlanta, so they tried to enter for the sneaker pass there and had no luck. My uncle said they sold out like instantly, like normal sneakers passes do. They did not implement the new method for this release. Now, if you didn't watch my video on the new sneakers pass update that they did, I'll link it above so you can go check it out. But this was just a regular method that they've been doing with sneaker passes, so of course things sold out quick. And then the other issue, which I was watching Unbreakable Kicks live, and he talked about a little bit, but Chicago and I believe Miami did not pop up for the sneakers pass. So I'm not sure what happened, but just altogether with sneakers, the release for the UNC 6 was just crazy. And that's not even mentioning people not receiving their pairs because pairs, like, they were using laser ship, which I know I talked about with the Cool Gray release. That was just ridiculous, shipping with laser ship and pairs being stolen or just not showing up at all. So just the UNC 6 and Nike just, in my opinion, just did not have a great release. Of course, some people got the pairs, some people didn't, some people are probably still waiting. So it was just all over the place. Like I said earlier, I do think they'll eventually release the grade school pairs, and I'm sure they still do have more men's pairs sitting around that we'll see with a Jordan Reserve or a Second Chance, but it's no telling when that will eventually drop. So that was the sneakers aspect of everything. Now let me jump over to Flex. So the Flex account stuff has been crazy as well. If you haven't known, they don't have the ship to me option currently because I believe people were botting the ship to me option, and so Foot Locker took it away to try and figure out how to go about better having the ship to me option. And y'all know I love the ship to me option because I was hitting on stuff that I normally don't hit on, like Yeezy slides, and a couple other shoes that I was able to hit on the ship to me option that I didn't get in store. So going to the Flex app, if y'all know that they let you know that the day before the release if you want or not. So it got to, I think it was 4 o'clock my time when they released. So I got to 4 and I was watching Sniper Kicks YouTube live, and he was talking about the UNC 60, but he wasn't talking about the Flex stuff. And it just randomly dawned on me at like 4:10. I was like, oh, I need to check Flex because I never got a notification saying if I won or not. And normally I get a notification saying I won. So I went into the app, ended up that I did have a dub. So I ended up confirming that. But throughout like that whole hour that they give you to reserve a pair, I never got a notification saying I won or had lost, which is concerning in itself because I know sometimes I just forget to check, or I'm doing something and I forget it's 4 o'clock and I need to check the raffle notification. So that is concerning to me because where are the notifications for that? And at the same time, another one where I was watching Unbreakable Kicks live and I saw a couple people tweet out about it. They were Flex sent out notifications saying that people had lost, like they would have to, they didn't get the raffle, like they lost the raffle. But when they went into the app to look at it, some people had actually won the raffle or they had been waitlisted for the raffle. So just more confusing stuff with the Flex app. And like, how do you tell people that they lost when in actuality they confirm? Like I've heard people that went in like way after the fact or like the next day and saw that they didn't confirm in time even though they got the notification saying they lost. So it's just a lot that went on with this release. So what in the long term, if you enter on Flex, just make sure you go ahead and check your raffles. Even if they say that you lost, just go in and check just to be safe. And if you did win, then you can go ahead and confirm because you went ahead and checked anyway. But if not, then it is what it is. But you still check just to make sure that you were safe with that option. Now, like I said, I do think there are more pairs of these coming. GS sizes, we really didn't see that many GS sizes this week. And I know some places did first come, first serve for GS sizes. Like I said, Sneakers did not have GS sizes. Foot Locker, I don't think they did a reservation for GS sizes, but I can't remember off the top of my head. I think they did preschool and toddler, but not GS. So GS sizes were scarce everywhere, so I'm sure they're going to be late shipments of stuff coming in. So if you're looking for GS sizes, if you're looking for men's pairs, you have to just keep your eyes out and have to randomly check the stores to see if they have any other shipments coming in. Now hopefully if you did want to cop a pair of the UNC 60s, you were able to, but if not, hopefully down the line at some point you can go ahead and cop them. I know resale price is going kind of crazy for these right now. I've been seeing pairs move from between $320 to $380. So prices are all over the place. Of course, when you have releases that are this crazy, prices tend to go all over the place and tend to stay high. So it'll be interesting to see how this release plays out long term, especially if we get more pairs or if that's all that we're getting and it's just kind of a crapshoot trying to get pairs. At the same time, we're in a busy month, so of course playoff 12s are coming up this next weekend. People are going to probably move on from these UNC 6s to try and grab the playoff 12s and then filter back to the UNC 6s if they're unable to get the playoff 12s. So it'll be very interesting. We haven't had a shock drop for the playoff 12s, and honestly, I don't even know if we're going to get one just because it's the week before or less than a week before the release. So if you're going for playoff 12s, hopefully you're able to get them. Good luck with that. I'm going to try to get a couple pairs, so we'll see how that goes. But I do appreciate y'all for stopping in. Hope y'all stay safe and stay blessed. If you have not subscribed already, go ahead and subscribe to the channel, like the video, turn on the notification bell so you can stay up to date when I post new content. Appreciate y'all for stopping in as always, and I'll catch y'all in the next video.